got another camera here to show you today. This is a Konica MG. So this is a 35mm point and shoot film camera from the 1980s. It actually came out in 1983, and it was a fairly popular camera. You can find these online fairly cheap. I found this at a local antique store. But we're just gonna go over this camera and show you a few cool things and why this is one of my favorite 35mm point and shoots. Even though it's not gonna stay in my collection, it is being passed on to the next buyer. The image quality wasn't quite what I wanted, but we'll go over that as well. I'll show you some of the photos that came out of it. So first of all, it's made by Konica, a Japanese camera company from the 80s. And before that, and this was before they turned into Minolta, before they merged with Minolta. So these were fairly nice cameras. So it has the Konica Hexon lens, or whatever that's called, but it's got a nice little lens on it, 35mm f3.5, so not the sharpest. But it does have a nice color on there, and it's a nice clear little lens. And this is the cover for it. It's also the power switch. Little grip there, so just open it like that and it turns the camera on. So there's the viewfinder, there's some of the sensors there, and it's a very well built camera. Just the way it feels is nice. So once you open this up, you have your ISO. You can switch your ISO, and that just pretty much changes the exposure time. So I was using 400, just some normal Kodak Ultra Gold. And right there's a little fading, but it has some little logo there, and it says auto loading, auto focusing, auto rewinding. And it did all those things, and it worked great. There's a little sensor there too. It might be a IR for a remote. That might possibly be what that is. And grips there. It's all plastic, and but it's a very good quality feeling plastic. It's a Japanese camera. It's made in Japan, so it's good quality. Right there is where you would put a tripod, screw to a tripod, and then here you have rewind if you need to rewind it yourself, if it doesn't auto rewind, or maybe you want to do a double exposure or something like that. And then that, and it has a nice sound to it. The motors sound great. The flash, there's a switch right here, and you push that up and whoop, there's a flash. You can even hear it charge. So yeah, and so I put some NiCads in here, what I thought were fresh NiCads. They're not sounding like the strongest batteries, but we'll get to the batteries in a minute. So yeah, that flash pops out, good quality, it still works even from the 80s. And what I like about this camera is you have the choice if you want to use the flash or not. I'm not a big fan of flash, especially with street photography. That's what I like to use point and shoots for, or just hanging out with friends, taking some film photos. So you have the choice if you want to use this or not, and just push it right back down. Now, it doesn't do that good in low light. It's actually pretty terrible in low light because of that f3.5. We'll go into the photos later. But right there's a little thing where you can put a lanyard, hold on to it, and then there's the viewfinder. The viewfinder in it is very nice. It's very clear. It has a little bit of a tint to it, but it's easy to see through. And if we open this here, now you kind of have to make sure this is all the way open so it registers that it's on. Right there's your ready light, if you can see that. And you can hear it too. Now if it'll focus correctly. Oopsies. Now listen to this. It's just got a nice sound to it. And that's one of my favorite things about this camera. Photo quality, not the greatest, but for the price it should work fine for you as a beginner photographer. But it's quick, and it loads very quick. And it's got a nice little button, so get it halfway, it will focus, and let you know when it's ready, and then It's a nice feel to it. Right there tells you how many shots you have left or how many you've taken. Has a self timer. I've never gotten a self timer to work on here. So you press that and it's supposed to go off, but it never does. That's where the Japanese quality sticker was. Let's open up the inside of it, and there's the inside of it. Fairly simple. Has the branding of film they want you to use, which is kind of cool. I actually have some of that film, but I want to use it in my SLR. Here we go. Oh, come on. But yeah. And it's all good quality. There's a lens, little plastic lens in there. It's not the greatest quality. And then this is like a rubberized type, where it takes the film in. So it's all good quality. And yeah, it seals up everything nice. And there's no little window to see what kind of film you have. It's all sealed in there. It's a fairly simple camera. And it winds. And it does not like these NiCad batteries I put in here. So the batteries are here. It takes AA batteries. So I have some Rayovac Ultra Pros in here that worked really well. It's got a little bit of corrosion on there. And then, so yeah, just good quality alkalines or rechargeable nickel metals. Let's see how it likes a fresh pair of Ultra Pros in here. And that clips in just like that. Nothing fancy. That's kind of wearing out there. Hopefully that doesn't wear out completely. Or okay. Maybe these are dead batteries. Let's try another pair of batteries. I just sold this on eBay and I hope it works. Because I used this for a few months and it worked great for me. There we go. Hey, just need some fresh batteries. Let's use that flash there. Okay, there's too much light. The light meter's telling it no flash. But listen to that. Very quick to rewind. This is a very fast camera, by the way, especially in the terms of mechanics. And it's very simple. It's easy to use. The photos turn out okay. We'll go over that in a minute, like I've said a whole bunch of times. But yeah, don't put NiCads in it. It will not like that. Probably lithiums would work the best. That would be best for it. But yeah, overall, it's a beautiful Japanese point-and-shoot camera. And it feels nice in the hand. It's good quality. This is going to be reliable, and it'll work a long time for you. And you can find these fairly cheap on eBay. I'll show you the eBay listing. I'll have that down below for whatever should be a good deal on these. So yeah, that is my review of the Konica MG. Good little camera. Let's go over some photos real quick and see the photo quality. Okay, so this was shot on regular Kodak Ultramax 400. And this is just a plain shot outside. It was a little bit foggy and overcast, and you can kind of see it's not the cleanest image, it's not the sharpest image, and yeah, it could be better, honestly. But for the way the camera works and how it feels and how easy it is to use, it's not terrible. It really isn't. Alright, now the next photo. This is more of a night shot. There were bright lights on this statue, and you see the background. You can see the tree a little bit. It did okay with light. It does okay when there's light. It doesn't do okay when there's not much light. And it doesn't matter the ISO of the film. And here is where it was kind of dark. As long as you have light, it's okay. I didn't have a lot of daytime shooting with this camera, so yeah. Those are the 3 best pictures I had. Not the greatest pictures, and it's not the sharpest camera, but it is a fun camera to use. So yeah, that was the photos. Alright, and if you liked my review of this camera, subscribe for more random old tech reviews. Right now it's been sort of a camera thing. If you're into that, it's pretty random. This is a random YouTube channel, whatever I find interest in. So yeah, this was fun. Thanks for watching. Click the like button, share it with your nerd friends, and subscribe. Or whatever you want. It's cool.